sometimes.
What happened at the wedding?
It was surprising. It was like an Indian wedding for some reason. Maybe I went to the wrong wedding.
I wonder why we didn't see her.
Yeah, it was whitehead people, but they're all Asian.
Right. Yeah. Hi, welcome to the Bench Movie Club.
Hi.
Sunny Man, MANNN. I made the mistake of letting him pick a film.
Why? Why?
Because I thought you could pick a film. So I said, Sonny, pick a film. And he's picked Father of the Bride 2.
Oh, are we focusing on the second one?
Well, that's what you picked. Every time you should look at the top of the door as if that's Steve Martin. Is he tall?
I actually don't know how tall he is.
No, he's not that tall. Hey, cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers. Where's your drink?
Congratulations.
Cheers. So, Sonny.
Yes.
For those who don't know, first of all, Father of the Bride 1 from 1991. What's that about?
It's about a bloke who has to pay for his daughter to get married, isn't it? That's it. Boring.
Okay.
Don't keep that in.
Father of the Bride.
You've thrown me because normally you do the whole actor thing. Like,
Yeah, I'll get to that in a minute, but we'll get to that
I
once.
told you, I'm not ready.
Okay. So the film stars Steve. Well, the films.
Well, are we doing both?
Yeah, but mainly 2 because that's the one you picked.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it'd be Father of the Bride from 1991, Father of the Bride 2 from 1995, and Father of the Bride 3-ish from 2020.
No, I've not looked at that or seen that or nothing.
No.
Not interested.
No.
Was it good?
We'll find out. Anyway, tell me Father of the Bride. The story follows
Steve Martin.
What's his character's name?
Oh God, I forgot.
Oh man. Chad.
His name is Daddy.
Chad Worth a lot. They're all rich, aren't they? Typical sort of rich white family.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I got my really expensive car. My life is so sweet. I didn't expect this. And then
it's weird because when I was a kid and I first watched these, I just thought that's what the average American house looked like.
Mm.
You know, I just thought, all Americans.
Why haven't we got nice stuff?
No, I mean just the general size of the building now, because automatically we know America is so grand and vast.
Yeah,
so they have
there's
the
obviously
space.
loads of different.
They have the space.
Yeah, but I mean, the house. He's got a really nice house. I can understand, and his car's. I mean, his car's a bit over the top for who he is. That expensive sort of old classic sports car, because you'd have to spend a lot of time maintaining that.
Mm.
Yeah, so he's really close to his daughter, and he's got his son as well.
Yeah, the young boy just running around.
Kieran Culkin.
It's just a side thingy. You know? I didn't even realise that was. Obviously, when I was a kid, I never realised they were brothers.
Macaulay Culkin and Kieran Culkin. Mm. He's actually.
But the thing is, I think it's probably because I never realised what his name was as a kid.
Yeah, but he's in Home Alone as well, isn't he? He's Fuller.
Yeah, he's one of the other.
Yeah. But he's actually got a successful career now, unlike Macaulay.
Yeah.
Because he's in a film at the moment called Real Pain, where I think he's been. Well, by this point, we'll know. Happy Valentine's Day. I think this is getting released on Valentine's Day. By now, we might know the Oscar nominations, but it looks like he's going to get Oscar nominated.
Oh, really?
Best Supporting Actor. Mm. You can't say that for Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's the star of Father of the Bride. Father in the Bride or Father of the Bride?
Who is?
Kieran Culkin.
No, he's not.
No. So, yes, so Steve Martin wants to marry his daughter. What is it? He wants his daughter.
It's just a family movie. It's like a nice family movie. He wants her to marry
that bloke.
No, he doesn't want it. Does he? He doesn't want it. He doesn't want it to pay her that. basically.
But he's got no good reason because he's a perfectly nice bloke. Because you thought you'd give some sort of dynamic. Maybe it'd be something like, like every one of these films go, "Oh my God, he was black." I'm not happy with that. Like he's some racist old white bloke he's not happy that his daughter's marrying a black man, but then he learns to be friends with him. But instead, you got this George Newburn.
Yeah, but I think it's just that it's because of its time a bit as well, isn't it? He doesn't know him.
Yeah,
that's the problem, isn't it? It's just, and it's because she's so young, and I think he probably doesn't want her to make similar mistakes that
I think it's just as a father myself, I understand it's one of those things like, my little girl, she's always your little girl, because there's bits in it when he sees her, it cuts to her being a little girl.
Yeah, like flashback memories. Yeah.
Yeah, and your daughter's always your little girl. So when those sort of first 20 years go past so quickly, you can't believe when some other bloke's come along taking her away.
Yeah.
Like, have I done enough?
And it happened abroad, didn't it? That's why. And they've not met him and that. And she's come back and announces.
And he's rich. He's really rich as well. He's a rich family.
But she comes back from holiday and announces that she's engaged. Mm. I think that's where it lies. Because if they had met him a few times before any sort of engagement or anything happened, then it'd be like, oh, okay, we've met him a few times while they were dating. It's fine. Mm. It's because it all happened abroad. She comes back, and then they're like, "We don't know this guy." And like he says, he could be a 40-year-old man who's just a bum somewhere and whatever.
Is that a dig at me?
Yeah.
Drives a bus. Is it the first one or the second one where he has the flip out about the hot dogs? I can't remember.
First one.
That's the first one. Okay. Just trying to get my bearings. So then, part 2, your favourite. What happens in part 2?
Well, I don't know.
Father of the Bride 2. So surely this time his second daughter's getting married or something, no?
No. It's about the daughter getting pregnant.
Mm.
And it turns out that the mum got pregnant also around the same time. And
both by the same man?
No. Oh. But the shenanigans that comes with that.
Oh, the laughs. And they got just dragged Martin Short back into it. The gay wedding planner.
Oh, okay.
Get him back to now be a baby planner or something.
He's an events planner, isn't it? That's what it is. I like him though. Yeah,
he's a funny guy. And then part 3 you haven't seen.
No.
So part 3 is only 20 minutes.
Oh.
It's called Father of the Bride 3-ish. And it was obviously shot like 15 years after the last one. And it was made during the pandemic. So they're all shot. It's like a Zoom conversation, and all the cast members are on there, but they're playing their characters. And then Kieran Culkin is the one who's arranged it, and he said, "I'm going to propose to my wife right now in front of you all." And oh my God! And who's her dad? I think her dad's Robert De Niro. They got Robert De Niro in it. And so they all sort of, and he goes, "And we're going to get married right now." And I fell asleep. So I assume they got married because these, based on the previous 2, it's sort of like there's no real trauma.
Yeah.
They'll have a bit where like, oh, she's got second doubts. Oh my God, Daddy, he left his toenails or something. And and then they'll just reconcile, and Steve Martin will narrate. I've decided I'm going to do that a lot with this one.
What, narrate?
Yeah, I'm going to do bits where I'm going to suddenly go quiet, and then I'll narrate it afterwards. So ask me something about the film.
Did you like the movies?
Did I like the movies? What am I supposed to say? I fell asleep during one of them. Just smile and be polite. So now I'm going to cut it all off. I'm going, how can I tell him the truth? Right. Got lovely car. That's my first note.
They're remakes, isn't it?
Yes, there was an old film called Father of the Bride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's been remade again.
Yes, I think Andy Garcia's in the new one.
I've seen. Is he the guy from the casino owner in
Ocean's 11.
Ocean's 11.
Yeah.
I've seen about half of that movie. I was so disinterested.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't like it that much. And I think a lot of it is what makes these ones so good compared to that.
And what's that?
Missing elements, like it doesn't seem remotely funny. Everyone is way more richer. So
really, what in the new one?
Yeah, like I think they've swapped it as well. Oh no. The son's dad is like a absolute billionaire. Owns like
absolute bell end.
owns like American football teams, things like that. It's like,
well, this one's they're
quite rich.
The
yeah,
son's parents are rich
but,
because you've got the bit with the dogs chasing him and stuff.
Yeah, they're quite rich, but I mean, like, it's like they scaled it up a bit. There's none of the narration and stuff like that.
Right.
Not from what I remember.
This was directed by Charles Shire, who directed Baby Boom, I Love Trouble, Alfie Trouble, I Love Boom, Baby Love, and I Trouble Alfie. Stars Steve Martin, who's in The Jerk, Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, Planes, Trains and Automobiles, House Sitter,
Roxanne.
Ross can.
I'll tell you what film I really like with him, Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid.
Not sure if I've seen that one.
No, it's like black and white. It's. Do you remember that Kung Pao I made you watch? Kung Pao Went to the Fist.
Yeah.
So, but he takes old classic films, black and white films, and he's interacting with them. Yeah. Anyway, Diane Keaton, who's in Annie Hall, Godfather, Reds.
Is she the mother?
Yeah.
Mother of the bride.
Yeah.
Is that no? She's been in quite a few things.
I know she has. I just told you, Annie Hall, Godfather, and Reds.
Mm.
3 things she's been in. Kimberly Williams.
Now this is the thing. I don't know. I'm assuming a lot of the other rest of the cast have not really been in a lot of anything. I don't feel like I've ever seen them in anything.
Well, hold on a sec. Kimberly Williams. I've put Kimberly Williams. Paisley's wedding was a home barbecue picnic. Oh, okay. Sorry. Kimberly Williams, I assume, is the actress of the daughter in it. She actually had a barbecue picnic wedding in real life. It's not like the kind of thing he wants to have.
Yeah.
You know what the problem is? I made these notes a long time ago, and you've taken so long to do the bloody podcast.
Oh, I was sick. Christmas,
Right. Got Martin Short, who's in Inner Space, Mars Attacks, 3 Fugitives, 3 Amigos, 3 Mars Attacks.
Is he the son? Like, not the son.
No, he's the gay bloke, the movie planner.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, you know Martin Short.
You just said it a minute ago and I still forgot.
Yeah. You've seen Mars Attacks, haven't you?
Yeah.
He's in that, isn't he?
I barely remember.
Do you remember, like, he's like a presidential aide, and he goes and he picks up prostitutes. He picks up that woman who's sort of staring at him, who turns out is an alien, and he doesn't know, and she's sort of walking behind him like that. No?
Vaguely.
Anyway. He invented his accent for the film. The accent that he speaks in this. Yeah.
But you don't really understand half of what he's saying, do you? You kind of get the gist of what he's saying. But there's few words in there, you're like, I don't know.
We got the plane. Yeah.
It's good though.
Yeah.
Very energetic.
Kieran Culkin, as we mentioned, who's in Home Alone, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, Igby Goes Down. And George Newbern.
Who's that?
That's the boy she's getting married to.
Yeah.
He's in Adventures in Babysitting, and he's in Friends.
I don't remember him, Friends.
Do you remember the guy who they mace? He's got a beard.
Oh yeah!
Oh yeah! Shit! That's him.
Dominoes just.
Dominoes
just fell in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah! Do you know, I didn't realise that was him.
And he kept falling back with his sister. Yeah. George Newbern. You've also got B.D. Wong. You know, the bloke who's with Martin Short.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
The assistant.
Yeah, he's in Jurassic Park.
Can't remember him in that.
He's like in the first Jurassic Park. He's one of the scientists in there. And Jurassic World, he came back for Jurassic World. Is this also? I thought you'd like this because you like that film. He's also in Mulan.
Oh, is he?
He does. He's Shang.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's the voice of the guy, the captain, who Mulan like falls in love with or whatever.
The part was nearly played by Harvey Feinstein. Harvey Feinstein. But Wong had better chemistry with Martin Short. And you had Eugene Levy in it as well, in both films.
Yeah.
It's the weird thing, but he plays a different person in each film, doesn't he? He's the singer in the first one.
In my mind... Oh, is he? I thought he was a waiter.
No, in the first one, he's obviously an American Pie in Schitt's Creek. Now, in the first one, they're auditioning people for the wedding and singing. He's like,
I'm sure you see him as a waiter as well, maybe.
No.
Maybe I'm misremembering that. But yeah, in the second one,
So
he's
glad
like
you've done your research for this.
Well, I do still watch him here and there, but the first one not so much. I know in the second one he's like a super rich guy.
He's the guy buying the house, isn't he?
He buys the house off of.
I buy your house.
What's Steve Martin's character's name again?
Martin Steve. You know, Phoebe Cates was offered the role of Annie Banks, but was pregnant at the time.
I don't know who that is.
Phoebe Cates.
I don't know who anyone is. I know.
You don't know who
it's
you
faces. I'm better with faces than
Have you
names.
seen Gremlins?
Yes.
The girl in Gremlins. Drop Dead Fred.
Okay.
She's
the young girl.
The girl in Drop Dead Fred. Not young or old. The girl. The main girl in Drop Dead Fred. Not the little girl. I worked out as well the budget of that wedding. Which I already worked out $250 a head.
Yeah, because that's that picture I sent you, isn't it? In the first film, the wedding.
Yeah.
Because he's panicking about it, isn't he? He's like, oh my God, how much is it? And he gets told over the phone, but he's got a bad signal. So he thinks 150 a head. And he's like, oh, okay, maybe that's not so bad. And he's like, no. 250 per head. It's like, oh, no.
Yeah.
And then he goes upstairs, doesn't he, and finds out from his assistant
His wife's been cheating on him.
about how many people are meant to be coming. And it's like 500. How many people was it? 500 and something.
572.
Yeah. So it worked out to be
143,000.
Yeah, 143.
I know. I'm going to say all this. Listen, fucking step on my shoes.
I'm not.
200. Right. So he said it's $250 a head. Now in 2020 or now 2025, that we've added for inflation, that actually works out $560 a head, which is £439 in English. So you're having a wedding and each guest is going to cost you £439. That's fucking ridiculous. I wouldn't bother. I mean, I don't want to get married anyway, but I'd go to like Vegas or something. I'll say, listen, I'm going to go get married. If you want to come, you come, but you're paying for your own fucking flights. You're paying for all this shit. Can't fucking fool all these guests. It's not connected. It's sort of like a Richard Curtis type film, but like an American one. You know, like Richard Curtis does like Four Weddings and a Funeral and Notting Hill. All this rich West London people that we can't relate to. We're like, that's their biggest problem. Anyway, so with 572 guests, the wedding in the film would cost $143,000, which with today's standard would be $320,000, or in English, £251,107. $250,000.
It's a lot.
Yeah, I'd say, Lil, you're not getting married, darling.
I wonder why he goes into the supermarket and starts ripping the hot dogs and has his rant about why do they sell, was it 10 hot dog buns and 8 hot dogs.
Yeah, which again kind of is weird because
because he just breaks down after a while, doesn't he?
Right. So when George is his name, Steve Martin plays George. When George flips out about the hot dog rolls, he removes 4 buns from 3 packs. This implies he wanted 24 buns. He could have just bought 2 packs.
I think he's too busy having a breakdown though, isn't he?
Yeah. George Banks.
George Banks. That's it.
Yes, similar to the name of the one in Mary Poppins. So, did you prefer the second one to the first one?
Yes.
Why?
I don't know. I think it's probably mostly nostalgia reasons. I think I just watched it more as a kid, just on tape, so I had access to it more.
How many tapes did you have as a kid?
Well, quite a few, I guess.
3?
Yeah, we just kept recording new movies over it and then watch it for a year.
So you had Father of the Bride.
Yeah.
2. You had Father of the Bride 2.
Turtles.
Turtles 3.
I guess Mulan.
And Mulan. That was it. That's all you knew about it. Oh, I love films.
Hercules. No, we used to buy. My mum used to buy quite a few Disney tapes.
Yeah.
But
oh yeah, you grow up with Disney tapes, don't you? Ben used to buy. Somebody used to buy pirate VHS all the time. We'd go to the market and there was this little bike shop down Marlin Road. And we'd say, oh, you got any of the pirate Disneys? And we'd look through the videos, go, oh, we'll buy that one. Really shit quality.
Yeah.
Like the kind that nowadays you could not watch.
But
you'd sit there, try and watch it, you go, I can't fucking watch
how
this.
does that even make sense though? Because if it comes on TV, you just record it.
No,
it would be good quality.
Exactly, but no, these weren't. These were like the proper old sort of cinema ones, like wonky camera, someone stepping up halfway through, like.
You're watching through someone's jacket.
Yeah.
The jacket.
And it suddenly closes when you see the usher coming up with the torch. He goes, no. No, but at the time, we thought, oh, brilliant, I can watch most of Jungle Book. I remember the version of Jungle Book we had a huge cut in the middle of it. You've seen Jungle Book, haven't you? So, you know when he's doing the song, I Want to Be Like You, hoo-hoo, and Baloo's dancing and all his clothes are falling off, and else he goes, oh, with that, it cuts to what I assume is later that night with Baloo and Bagheera arguing. So I never knew anything happened. I just thought it was sort of like, you know, like when you see some sort of TV show and it goes, uh-oh, and it cuts to the next scene. I can't believe you embarrassed me. That was what it was like for me. It was years later I actually watched the full version of him fighting with the monkeys, and I thought, oh shit, I don't remember any of this. Glory of pirate videos.
Yeah.
Good old days.
Good old days.
Bring back the good old days. You couldn't watch them now. No. You'd sit down and try and watch them and be like, I can't, it's giving me a headache. I'd rather not watch anything than watch this. I think we're spoilt with 4K.
Yeah, it's just the fact that you can stream movies and they look so good.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, I agree.
Mm.
You wouldn't tolerate it, would you?
No, I don't tolerate it. Well, like some people, not me, might have fire sticks. Like some people, when they do like these pirate sort of streaming services, and they'll have the films, and then we'll have ones which are cam, it will say on it. It's literally where brand new ones out say it's got Moana 2, but cam, so they've videoed it in the cinema. And you go, I'd rather.
How do you even still get to do that? In the cinema, like they've got the cameras watching you.
Oh, they don't care in cinemas now.
I suppose
they're just grateful that you're there. You and 3 other people are going to get rid of one of 3 people from the cinema for videoing it.
So I don't know.
Speech.
The problem is that.
Go on, speech.
I asked you the question. You did the whole narration thing, but you didn't actually answer the question. See, in the movie, he narrates something, but then you see him also enact what he's just narrated almost.
I'll do that then.
But it's true though, isn't it? Because in both movies they start with him. He's sitting down just after the events.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's
they don't do that in the third one.
He's
going, oh my God! You won't believe what just happened. Let me tell you. I have to go back 2 weeks. And my flowers weren't as rosy as they usually are. I said, oh, that's the problems in your life.
You didn't enjoy it?
No, I didn't mind it. It was okay. I didn't love it. The thing is with Steve Martin, he's done some really extreme... Well, some of his things are really sort of slapstick or something. Mm-hmm. This is what I'd call soft comedy. It's one you could watch with your nan if you've got a nan.
Well, yeah, that's what I like about it. It's a family movie.
Yeah.
It is a family movie, and it has like some comedic moments.
Yeah, if you ever sort of like say you had like elderly relatives come around, oh, what should we watch? You know, you're going to put on The Jerk, or you put on Father of the Bride. You put on Father of the Bride because The Jerk, they'd be going, oh, language.
But no, I actually like the fact how it is. I actually proper like these movies, and I think it's one of his stronger performances.
Really?
I feel like, yeah. I've not seen all of his movies. I've seen quite a number of them. He's very good in his different characters, but I really like him in these.
Yeah. Well, he's supposed to be a likable person.
And I think it's the narration that helps. But he's not quite a drama queen, but he's very, like she says in the start of the second movie, innit? Bummer man. He's like a bummer man, innit? He takes everything quite negatively.
Yeah. No, I suppose, yeah.
He just kind of like thinks the worst of things, sort of thing. And it's weird because it's like I said, at the start of the movies, he sits down and then he's like retelling the story, hence the narration, it comes in, but you're getting his thoughts and feelings. And it's those little moments of comedy, like in the second one when they announce, just before they announce that she's pregnant, he's like, oh, do you know what? I've really become used to Brian McKenzie. I kind of like him now. He's all right. He's the
son.
No. He's the one she marries.
Yeah, the son-in-law.
Son-in-law, yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
When he said son, that's like before
George Newbern. I like Brian McKenzie.
Yeah, he starts going, I like Brian McKenzie and all that. And then it's like
he's our kind of people.
She announces that she's pregnant, and then everyone is excited.
Except for him.
And then he just gets up and he's just got that scowl look on his face. He's like, I never liked that kid.
Yeah. How dare he fuck my daughter?
He basically just says, who is he to turn me into a grandparent? You know?
Yeah.
And then they all turn and face him. Are you all right? Are you okay with this?
Yeah.
You know? And they all know he's the sensitive one. You know? Because even just before that, he's like saying, have you heard the news? Have you heard the news? They've said to come round at 6 o'clock. Like, you know, they've got an announcement to make, and then he starts panicking. He's pacing up and down the
he thinks they're going to move.
Yeah, and he's like, I really hope it's not they're moving far away.
Moving to Boston.
Yeah, you know.
Moving to Boston.
And he's just that, he's like a very worried kind of character all the time. But I really love how they've done it. I like that it's a family movie. I think he's quite strong in them. And I like the more subtle humour.
Yeah. No, you know what?
It's good and clever because it's somewhat relatable, some of that humour. And
it's welcome in the fact that you see so many, most comedies nowadays,
it's literally like, and you go flying into the wall. And
you know what they'll do a lot with the comedies nowadays? They'll stick the camera for a scene and they'll say, right, improv, and they basically do like a Saturday Night Live type improv for about 5 minutes, and you can tell because they'll have a scene where they go, well, your face looks like marshmallow, yeah? Well, your face looks like peanut butter, or your face does, and you think, why how long is this joke going to go on for? None of it's funny. Yeah. And you realise it's because they've done 100 takes of them trying all different things, and then they went through it thinking, which the funniest bit? What's the bit people are really going to laugh at? And yeah, you're right. Sometimes they just have it's become a bit stale.
Yeah.
Whereas with some of those, you think it. As I said, I call it like softcore comedy.
Yeah.
It's
understated comedy, but it's also it's still a little bit exaggerated. Like not long after.
I mean, do you laugh out loud at any parts? Is there parts where you go?
To be honest, I've seen it so many times. I know what's coming.
Yeah.
So it's a bit hard. It's like with Friends. Like I've seen it so many times. I never really proper burst out laughing anymore. I know the joke's coming. I know what's
sometimes you need to take a bit of time away from something and then revisit it. It's like me and my mum like watching Frasier, and it got to a point where we wasn't laughing. We was finding it humorous, but we wasn't laughing. We stopped watching it for a long time. Then we was watching it like the other day, and we was laughing again.
Yeah.
Because okay, yeah. Even though we half knew it was coming, sometimes you forget the jokes that come in.
And you need that sometimes, don't you?
But the good thing about these films, in their defence, is they don't have those particular sort of punchlines. It will just it's mildly humorous all the way through. So you can see it's almost like having a warm cup of tea.
It's quite, and it's a lot of it is visual humor as well.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Like when he's like trying to prove, he's having that day, isn't he, where he's trying to prove that maybe he's not a granddad. He's still young at heart.
Or he dyes his hair.
Yeah. And you know, can't say I've ever seen him
dark hair,
dyed hair before. So it does look a bit weird, doesn't it?
Because even when he was really young, when he first started, he had white hair. I'm trying to think. There is another film.
But he's at the gym. You see all these buff people. They're propaganda for it, and you're hearing someone in the background going, "Huh, huh." And then it finally pans over to him, and he's there like this with just a bar and 2 tiny weights, and he's like struggling.
Have you seen Little
Woman
Shop of
helps him, and
Horrors?
he starts going, huh, like, you know, like he's.
Yeah.
It's just.
Yeah, I was there.
It's a bit understated, but it's still a little bit exaggerated.
Yeah. Have you seen Little Shop of Horrors?
I don't know.
I think his hair's black in that. Have you seen Little Shop of Horrors?
No, I think.
Little Shop. He plays the dentist.
No, I've not seen it.
He's only a supporting part, but he steals the show. He's really funny as the dentist. But in that he's got black hair. I knew I'd seen him with black hair in something else. Maybe has he got black hair in Dead Man Don't Wear Plaid? It's hard to tell because it's black and white and he wears a hat. But yeah,
I don't know. I like him. I think he's a really good actor, and you know he's one of them who can make a mediocre film better.
Well, he nearly wasn't in this because it was nearly Charles Grodin, who's in Midnight Run, King Kong '76. He was considered for George Banks, but chose Beethoven instead. You seen Beethoven?
The dad. Okay.
Yeah. Coincidentally, Steve Martin turned down Beethoven to do House Sitter.
Which I've actually watched recently.
Well, House Sitter or Beethoven?
House Sitter.
Yeah. So he was going to be the dad in Beethoven.
Yeah, House Sitter's with
Goldie Hawney.
Yeah.
Hawney Gold.
And she's pretending to be married to him and that.
Yeah.
Ben, I've watched that recently.
Ben loves that film.
I enjoyed that actually.
See, this is that era, Steve Martin, isn't it? It's sort of like the family, I think from Parenthood onwards, he'd done quite a few of these sort of films which, like you said, they're family-friendly films. You can watch with your parents, you ain't got to feel awkward like or something. A pair of tits is going to fall out. Oh my God!
But that's the great thing about family-friendly films. That's what fills the cinema. Yeah. Because the whole family is going.
Yeah.
In it.
Whereas you get something like an American Pie, or something, that kind of thing, you think, well, I'm going to watch this with my mum, or I'm going to watch it with my daughter, kind of thing. Or watch it with my mates and have a little giggle.
Yeah.
Oh, look, she's got an orgasm, otherwise they won't win the prep rally or something. And you think, yeah, it's a bit weird.
He put his willy in a pie.
Yeah. Whereas I think this is more steeped in reality.
I think the acting overall is quite good. Even though you don't really see half of the cast in anything else really.
Yeah.
Like you've mentioned, like some of the, like his Mackenzie's parents. I don't feel like I've seen them in a lot of anything else.
No. I don't think so. But you don't need to. They're not important.
But it feels like
they're pricks.
It almost feels like a play.
Yeah.
The way it's filmed.
It could easily be a play.
You know.
Well, the first one,
it's the little subtleties. That's what I mean. Like as they're acting, you know, it's like them as a couple, George Banks and
Penelope Banks,
the mum and dad of the bride.
Yeah,
they're believable as a couple. Like the way they interact, they have good chemistry. I feel, and overall I do really enjoy these movies.
Well, the first one had a budget of 20 million. And it went on to make 129 million. So that's a big profit. Because if you think 20 million...
Is this during that time period where they made a lot of mid-range movies?
Yeah, but I mean also 20 million, they would have spent another like 20 million promoting it maybe. Or maybe like 10 million, maybe like 20 million. But still, 129 is good return. So that's why they would have greenlit a sequel. The sequel got a little bit more budget, 30 million. Made a little bit less, 103 million. So, but that almost always happens. Almost every single time you look at it, any film that's got a sequel, I guarantee the budget for the sequel is going to be about 50% more than the original, and yet the sequel is going to make about 20% less than what the original made, and that's why they won't make a third one. I mean, they did with this, but because that was just during lockdown, it was like more of an experiment or anything. Right, on IMDb, Father of the Bride 1 got 6.6 stars. Yeah, I think it's probably about right. It's round about there. Did you look at my paper?
No.
Don't stop looking at my paper.
What's that say?
It says Leon.
Hey. Oh. That's the wrong movie.
That's a different film.
You've been reading the right stuff, the right movie.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes, I have. Like, for example, did you know a sequel was considered and Luke Besson wanted to wait until Natalie Portman was older and she would be an assassin instead? No, yeah. Father of the Bride 1 is 6.6 stars. What do you think part 2?
Well,
more or less.
It did less. So I'm imagining a bit less.
What are you going to say? If part 1's 6.6,
6.3,
6.1, not a million miles off. Rotten Tomatoes, the critics gave Father of the Bride 10%. That can't be right. The audience 70%. That seems really harsh.
When it came out again, 90s.
91. 10% by the critics, 70% by the audience. What do you think part 2 got by the critics?
7.
54%. Audience 60.
I think what's good about the second one is they continue the story quite well. The characters, they're all in it. They all grow a bit. And I think I really enjoy the second one. It's quite, it's just, like you said, simple humour. Like he's rushing because he's having to put all his clothes on. Because the the daughter is about how she feels.
Oh, and he's all drugged up, isn't he?
No. And this is one of the runs where she keeps having to go because she keeps having false alarms.
Yeah.
And then he's just sat there and he's talking. And he's got his little plan. And he's like, oh yeah, it's this time, and we can take this route and all that. Putting his clothes on, and he's just like standing there. What am I wearing? It's her it's his wife's blouse. It's just it's good wholesome fun.
Yeah.
What?
Laugh. Thought I'd never start.
What?
Listen, it's fine. It's one of those things that if it's on a Sunday afternoon, it's playing in the background, you let it be on while you're making your dinner. I think that's a fair assessment for it.
No, he said
it's very non-offensive.
Takes the sleeping tablets because he's not slept in ages. And then,
that's the second one.
And he's only supposed to take half, but the other guy never actually makes that clear.
And then he
just gives him 2 tablets. Goes, take these.
It's got that gang of white blokes talking with Mexican accents.
No, they're taking the piss out of his accent.
No.
Yeah.
No, they're going, hey, what are you looking at me, Holmes?
No.
You want to fight, Holmes?
No,
blah, blah, blah.
It's because they hear him talking, so they start taking the piss out of his accent.
No, I don't think so.
That's what they're trying to do.
No. Watch it again.
Hey, man, what's with that face, huh? Is that supposed to be me? Hey, you got a problem, loser?
We have no problem with nobody. Just leave us alone.
Leave you alone? What are you, a tree?
Yes, I am. That's very funny. Ha ha ha. You're obviously a comedian. Very good. Does nobody look at that?
Hey, that's a nice accent, man. What planet are you from, huh?
What planet? The planet of not wanting to die by a drive-by shooting.
Thought you knew this film.
Well, there is more I could say about it, but I just feel like you're not interested.
I am interested.
In it.
No, I'm enjoying the wedding.
I'm going.
Tell me, no. Tell me more about the film. Tell me more about the film. What else can you say about it?
I don't know.
Did it put you off weddings?
Maybe the price. The price.
You ain't got to pay for it, have you?
A lot of these
Manjit's dad would have to
I think
pay
the
for it.
Mackenzies, a bunch of the Mackenzies are meant to be coming over via flight, isn't it? In the
From
first
Germany.
movie. Is that what they said?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and I remember them definitely saying Danish.
Oh, Danish, sorry, Denmark. So the family's coming over from Denmark. I know, which I'd
That's
go.
part of the budget.
Yeah, but no, this is the thing. I'd say, yeah, that's fine. They can come to the wedding. I'm paying for their fucking flights.
But they're expected to. That's weird, isn't it?
Yeah. No, why would you pay for someone's
And
flight?
do you know what's more funny about it? Is that he's looking at the other couple thinking, you have way more money than me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, this is
some of the pressure.
Sometimes people's pride just fucking infuriates me, whether it's in TV shows or in films when people go, no, I'll pay for this. We don't take charity. You know, like when you watch things where someone goes, listen, here's like $300. We don't need your charity. You're supposed to be really fucking poor.
Yeah.
If you was really fucking poor, and I've been really fucking poor, you'd go, yeah, I'll take this, but fuck you. Yeah. But you'd still take the money. You're not an idiot.
Yeah.
And I see, like the other day, I was watching, me and my mum watched like old EastEnders, and there was a bit where this guy goes to, there's this really sort of scuzzy family, Keith Miller, the Miller family, and they're nicking money off people, they're nicking things off people, they're right fucking, he's claiming benefits, saying he's got bad back. Anyway, this bloke, who his son is impregnating one of the kids, he goes to, like, the dad goes, here, it's 50 quid. Like, we don't nothing to do with the baby. And the dad goes, we don't need your money. And he ripped up £50 note. And I thought, no way in fucking reality would you rip up a £50 note. Maybe you go, yeah, that's what I think of that, scrunch it and then put it in your pocket. But you're not going to rip up a £50 note.
You'd throw it somewhere and you keep an eye on it.
Yeah, you go, right in the bin. You know? You know, like in Friends, when Ross is doing that meeting, he goes, we might as well just throw this all the way. And he realises what he's saying. And so, to summarise, and then picks it up. Yeah, fucking stupid. You got to be able, he should have said to the mum and dad of the son, say, listen, you're fuck rich. You're really rich. I'm not. And
you can tell by the size of their house compared to his.
Keep it between us, but is there any chance you can sort of chip in, because I've got to fly your family. Why am I flying your fucking family over from Denmark for a free ride? No, it's bollocks. I hate people like him.
Do you reckon that was part of the budget, hence why it's $250 a head?
No, I think that's extra. Not for them.
But he starts cutting. That's in the first movie. That's what he does, isn't it? He's like, all right, we're going to have to cut all this down. You know, I'm not paying for all this. You know, we've got to cut so many people off the list, and then he starts feeling upset when his daughter.
They got swans there or something like that
in the first one.
Yeah, at the wedding,
I think so.
They do like that. Well, you go, no, we're not having swans.
Yeah, but what happens is then he sees his daughter asleep on the sofa, like how to make a cheaper wedding, like
and he feels bad.
Trainers and stuff like that, and he does feel bad. But the thing is, I think he own a company. Does he own the company or does he run it? I think
he's actually quite well off because of his car and his house and his company. Yeah, I think it'd be the equivalent of
they make trainers, isn't it?
If you was throwing a party, say 100 people coming here, and each person was going to cost you £5. You'd think, oh fuck, that's going to cost me a lot of money. You know, that'd be the equivalent in the real world, us working class saps. But those fucking rich people, oh my god!
Is that the only reason why you're upset? Because
they're richer than me.
They're richer people.
I hate watching people richer than me. I want to watch films like Trainspotting, where they're all like heroin addicts, and I can look down on them. But no, it was fine.
But he goes. When they meet the other parents in the house.
We're not doing meet the parents.
No. Obviously, like you said, he starts snooping around because he goes to the toilet and he's like, oh yeah, that 17th room door to the left or whatever. He starts snooping around. I think it was his office, which was attached to the bathroom that he happened to be in. Going through the book, the dogs come in and he's like, oh my God, like starts panicking. Somehow the book ends up in the swimming pool. and then he's like running around the swimming pool trying to reach for the book with the net. There's the netting in it, and the dogs get him, and he just
that little boy runs up and pulls his trousers down. Manchester. Oh no, it's in between us. Yeah,
falls into the pool. You know, it's just moments like that.
As I said, it's one of those things I can imagine as well, especially if you watched it when you was younger as well. It's quite a comforting film, a film you could watch there. Say if you like on a Sunday afternoon, you're feeling a bit dad. You go, I'm going to put that film on. It puts me in a good mood because there's happy endings.
But he doesn't like The Wedding Planner, for example, does he?
No, he's homophobic, isn't he?
And then in the second one, he does grow to like him a lot more, and they become a team because the mother ends up being pregnant around the same time. That's just, they find out the day after they sold the house because the house was kept having problems. And then she was like, all right, one more bad thing happens, and then that's it. We'll put the house up for sale. That's when what's his name again? Eugene Levy comes along, and he offers the house price, what they've priced it for, and then extra 15 grand to move out within 10 days. Which everyone says, oh, that's a great deal. Like throughout the movie, like there's one or two people that say, oh, I really hope you took that. That's a great deal. Yeah. And obviously she's a bit upset. She rolls with it.
Women.
But they make it work. So they're moving out, and then they're staying at the other parents' house again. Because they're going on a cruise. So George Banks can't sleep on the bed and stuff like that, you know, because the dogs are there. They haven't done it. That's a bit that annoys me, because she is sat there looking at him going, oh, you can't leave me on my own. You got 2 Rottweilers right there. He just wants to go sleep in another bed.
Yeah.
You know, I'll just go sleep somewhere else. Oh, well, please don't leave me on my own. She's saying it while stroking the dog.
That's why I'm single. That's the kind of shit women pull.
Oh, but please, look,
Don't worry about the Rottweilers trying to kill you.
And then she reads one of the books about menopause, and then she thinks that's what she's got. They go to the doctors, find out she's pregnant. They go to the daughter, announce it.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, okay, so, you know, obviously, I'm assuming a lot of the posters and stuff probably showed both pregnant mums, because I know when you click it on
the posters, his face like, and you got people kissing him. I think you got his daughter kissing him in the first one.
Yeah.
And the second one's got baby maybe kissing him as well.
But yeah, then obviously he's got to deal with the fact that his wife is pregnant around the same time as his daughter. Daughter was a bit before. And then Brian McKenzie ends up having to go abroad on business. So then he ends up with both of them in the house. And it's during the summer. It's one of the hottest summers.
Yeah.
But he's got so much air conditioning in the house where he's like wearing like
layers
upon layers upon layers running around.
But they're both feeling really
and they're both on the sofa. He's helping them both. You know, he's running himself ragged.
I know, it's depressing. It's really depressing. It just puts me off marriage.
But his relationship with the wedding planner he improves quite a lot, because he's there during the day helping them exercise and stuff. But then they start building an extension onto the house and stuff. So, and when he buys the house back as well, he ends up having to pay an extra 100. Was it an extra 100 grand for the house?
Something.
So he's giving his check back.
Yeah, but it's totally because.
But then he's had to fork out another 100 grand. But he's obviously still got that 15 grand.
That infuriated me.
So that's an 85 grand.
I would have gone, listen, it's a fucking house. I don't care if it's a house you've had for. He had the house. Wait, he had the house when the girl was born.
He sold it for one day.
Yeah, but I'm sure he said something along the lines of, the girl grew up in the house. It's not like his family house. It's not like his house from when he was a child. Now I've been in a house where Lily was born, and I was happy to get rid of it. So it's just a house. Fuck the house, because it's just a house at the end of the day. And for him to do that pissed me off. This movie pissed me off, Sonny.
But yeah, it's so he's probably paid an extra 85 grand for the house then.
It's a grimy snapshot
because
of
he's
reality.
still got that 15 grand. He's not given the cash back, is he? And he would have spent some of it on the moving.
Yeah. Yeah. It's fucking. It's
So,
a fool. Fool of his money. Doesn't deserve money.
but then, you know, it took, according to the second film, it took him like a year to pay off the 140 grand for the wedding.
It would take you longer than that.
Yeah, but he's
$250,000 in today's money, English money. You've paid $250,000 for anything.
yeah, but
Fucking ridiculous.
I think he was the owner of that.
That's tougher than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like that.
He's the owner of that sneaker, or what they call
Sneaker.
I can't remember the
Trainer.
brand. Yeah, the trainer factory or whatever.
Yeah. Sweat factory. Yeah. Yeah, so
His suit is blue. In the first movie,
oh, that's right. That's why. Look, can you see? This is slightly
in the first movie, I think that's quality because I felt like even to the audience, the suit did look black.
yeah.
But
But
everyone kept
saying
saying
it's blue.
it's blue.
Yeah.
You're wearing a blue suit.
Does this look blue?
A little bit, yeah.
See, but look on camera, it looks black, doesn't it?
I suppose.
But no, it's blue. That's why.
There's a subtlety between the black and that, isn't it? So,
Yeah.
so it's very much. I just really like them. I really enjoy watching them.
Good for you.
Just
So that was Father of the Bride 2 and 1 and briefly 3-ish, which I didn't see, and you haven't seen it all.
no.
And I've seen about.
I don't
10
think I'd
minutes.
be remotely interested in watching
It's on
people talk
YouTube.
on a Zoom chat.
Listen, for someone who likes the films, you should watch it because it's on YouTube for free.
No.
You might watch it and go, "That was the best one, Charles." I don't know what you're talking about because I fell asleep.
But
But it had nothing to do with the film. I always fall asleep when I'm watching something in bed.
it's I'm not interested in watching people talking over a Zoom call.
No.
That doesn't interest me. What is good about the movies is like the whole narration and the subtle bits of comedy, the fact that it all comes together quite well.
Yeah, but you don't know that doesn't
And
happen in part
it's
3.
quite comedic throughout, yeah, but you're not getting the visual comedy and some of the stuff.
Yeah, but you
Where-
might do. I haven't seen the whole fucking thing. There could be a bit when he gets up
Oh,
and
it's boring.
his knob's hanging out. Or
You know,
something.
but like
And he's smudging
It
it
go-
against the
like,
screen.
it
He
goes
"Like
along-
Think of your wedding.
it goes along and there's like comedy. It's like there's always a little bit of a gag, it's not like
Joe.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's not the most funny movie ever, but as a kid, I loved them.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny. Even watching the pregnant women and him doing the exercise, like as a kid, I just thought that was really funny. I watch it now and I'm like, I don't understand why I thought that was so funny. But
Starved for entertainment as a child.
maybe it's those free videotapes I had.
Yeah. Next week, I'm going to review something a little more highbrow. Elephant Man.
Was you busy narrating? Is that what
Yeah.
happened?
How do I break this to him? No, you ain't seen Elephant Man, have you?
I've seen a bit of it.
Right.
It's quite an old movie, isn't it?
Oh, it looks older than it is because it's shot in black and white. It's
Yeah.
from 1980. It's directed by David Lynch, who sadly died the other week.
No.
Yeah. So, me and Ben's going to watch Elephant Man do his thing.
Like, share, subscribe.
Yeah.
So you don't do the share thing no more. I think you should. I miss
I
it.
did.
Share.
Because you don't say it.
Share.
Share. Bye-bye.
Bye.